Welcome, friends. My name is Silas Ollegario, and I'm the host of Think Onward, a podcast about books, studies, productivity, and lifestyle. Now, after the intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Think Onward. My name is Silas, as you heard in the intro. I'm so glad that you're here listening to me one more week, and maybe even listen on YouTube, catching this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music. I don't know where you listen to your podcast stuff, but I'm just glad you did. I'm glad you checked in today. And I do have a surprise for you because today, this guest was here the very first episode. I don't even call it episode 1. I call it episode 0 because for us it was a test to see if we could do it. And now 35 episodes later, the guest is here again. If you've been here with us for all this time, you already know who I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking about her, my wife, the love of my life, Rebeca Ollegario. Hi, honey. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm very happy for being here. And that's it.
Very cute. Before you go down to the comments and say, oh my gosh, she needs to be here all the time, you have to understand that maybe you got already her first phrase. She's incredibly shy. She's not like me who likes to talk more than necessary. She's a woman of very few words. She says what is necessary, but it's always nice talking to her. Always nice having the possibility of having someone like her today, and of course, her presence here with me today, and it makes this episode extra special. I've had guests before, but none of them are half as special as my wife. I'm sorry to you all, but that's the reality. But honey, thank you so much for being here in the middle of our kitchen, our big house mansion of $3 million, in our gigantic table. I'm just so happy. I want to start with simple questions to you. How is it's right now? It's November 3rd, 2021. How has this? I have to say has because it's still not over. How has this year been going out for you?
It has been an amazing year, with many of news and special things for us and about our future. And I'm enjoying very much 2021, more than last year, of course. And that's it. It has been an amazing year.
Do you have anything specific? Because you talk about future, and we will talk about the future soon, but do you have anything specific to say about this 2021 that was special for you, that was obviously better than 2020?
After almost 5 years, finally we are going to Canada, and everything is happening in our life. And you got a visa. Today I applied to my visa, and we are seeing Canada arriving. And this is amazing being with you and being your partner, your friend. Makes this more special.
You see how sweet she is, guys? Thank you so much, honey. And yes, I agree. I totally agree with you. 2020 was so difficult for everyone because of the pandemic, because so many people lost family, lost people they knew, and if not because of the pandemic directly, something happened in the middle of the pandemic that made everyone crazy and made everyone, unexpectedly sad about something. But this 2021 has definitely been an amazing year for us. And because it's November, because it's almost the end of the year, I would much like to talk about how do you feel about 2022? What do you exactly expect from last year? You started saying that you applied today for your visa, right? So we can move to Canada as soon as possible. My visa was already approved and it's on. But what do you expect from the year of 2022?
For 2022, I expect challenging year because everything is gonna change in our lives. Starting my job, a new job in a new country, speak a new language, a different language for me, and so I expect a new adventure.
And you'll be right, because it's definitely going to be an adventure. In case this is your first time here, we are a married couple living in Brazil. We are from Brazil, although we have this podcast that is in English because I love speaking English, and I think it's a language that you can actually achieve more people all over the world, because we have people in Brazil who listen to this podcast and they speak English, people in America, in Canada, and wherever. But the thing is, Rebecca and I, before we got married, we were still dating when we decided that for so many reasons we would like to leave Brazil and go to Canada and become residents and eventually citizens and actually build our future in that nation. So in case you're here not understanding what we're talking about, visa and this kind of stuff, yes, we have a profile in the express entry, which is the way people actually immigrate to Canada. But we are also in the middle of this pandemic. Things went crazy with this process. They had to hold things up. So we started a different parallel process, which is me going to Canada to study, and Rebecca as my spouse, of course, going with me. There's no way I'm leaving my wife behind. And so that's why we're here. We're full of expectations, full of hopes for next year, and hoping that things are going to happen. And you guys don't know, but well, we spend the day working, because in Brazil we're still working from home. I was working, Rebecca was working, I was working here at the kitchen, she was working in our bedroom. And she applied for a job, she applied for a volunteer work in Canada. And I would like her to tell you guys what happened, because earlier today she was feeling nervous because of this. And honey, can you explain to us exactly what is this job that you're volunteering for?
Yes, of course. Yesterday I couldn't sleep because I was worried about so many things we have to looking for and to arrange. And I found a YouTube video, and I found a girl talking about make network in Canada. It's the easiest way to get a job there. And I thought in my mind about volunteer, because here in Brazil we are volunteers at church, and it's a great place to know people, to connect with people. And I thought, why not in Canada? And as soon as I woke up, I decided to open a website about volunteer in Calgary, and I found this institution, this non-profit organization that they have policies to avoid predators in the internet, especially about kids and in children in the internet. And I found an opportunity in HR, human resource, in this thing, and I applied at lunch. I applied and sent an email to them, and 2 hours after, I received a answer and asking me to send my resume and to schedule an interview for tomorrow. So tomorrow I have this interview to see how it's going to work, if they're going to like me, and probably start from here, still in Brazil, the next month to start this thing. And I decided this volunteer not just because of connections, but also because volunteer is part of our lives. You know, we have this value in our family to serve people and serve some cause that we believe. And if God is putting this in my life to help in some way children in Canada and United States, why not? And even maybe bring this to Brazil. We have so many issues related to social media in Brazil and kids. And that's it. So I think it's a good opportunity. I'm nervous because of English. Talk about me and my reasons and, develop all this text in English. But that's it.
I can definitely comfort you because, well, you guys are listening. She speaks English amazingly. You know, she gets nervous, and it's normal to get nervous, especially it's not a job interview, right? But it's just something that you really want to do. So it's kind of the expectations, once they are built, they are very difficult to handle. So, honey, I say this in the name of everyone who is listening, that you're going to do great. It's amazing, this thing that you're volunteering for, which is great because it's actually your profession, right? You are an HR professional, work as a manager here in the company for the Brazilian government. She's a civil servant. And I'm so proud of you, so glad that you're taking this step. I understand it is difficult. I understand it is not something that should be taken lightly, It is a different language for us. English is our second language. In your case, it's your third language because, in case you guys don't know, she already speaks French. Since she was a teenager. So English is her third language. Oui? But, honey, you talked about this place being in Calgary. Calgary is the largest city in Alberta. The province of Alberta is one of the biggest, most important provinces in Canada. It's the oil province, like Texas is for the United States. And why? I know the reason, but I want you to tell people why we chose Calgary. Because when we think about, most people, when they think about Canada, they think about Vancouver, maybe Toronto, maybe even Montreal. But for some reason, Calgary got into our radar, and I want you to tell us, to tell everyone, why the decision of moving to Calgary, not these other cities. They are maybe more famous, maybe bigger, and etc. Is that okay?
We chose Calgary because, first of all, because of financial things. Yeah. Yes, about the value of our money there, but also because we saw that is an amazing city. It's a big city, but we see through the internet, because we've never been there, but through the internet we have this feeling there is a big city, but people are more, how can I say, more relaxed than a big city as Toronto or Vancouver. Also because the weather, I don't like Vancouver because of rainy. I don't like rainy places, but I like cold places. So Calgary is amazing, and it has a lot of sunny days, and also because of the university, of course, because of University of Calgary, and study medicine. Um, they have good opportunities, job opportunities there, and to raise our family.
I agree with 100% of what you said, and I can add some things my own. I believe the fact that Calgary is such a outdoorsy city. I mean, it's a city that we can definitely do stuff outside, and it's something that we both miss in Brazil. It's not that Brazil doesn't have this place. Obviously, we have. The thing is, because of the lack of security, even going to the gym is something that we have to pay attention to. What time are we going? If it's okay for you to go by yourself, on foot, or if you have to take an Uber or go by car, this kind of stuff, we have to go with you. And this is something we probably are not going to have as a problem, as an issue in Calgary. I'm not saying that Toronto people have this problem, of course not. But Calgary is one of the safest cities in the country when we're talking about larger cities, right? Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Calgary, maybe Winnipeg and Halifax. But so this is a very big thing for us. You know, the reason why we chose Calgary. Yes, as you said, you have the university thing. As you guys know, I'm going into medical school, and medical school in the University of Calgary is amazing. Is one of the best places in the country, and I would say one of the best places in North America. A dream coming true. The fact that I'm going to be able to live in an amazing city with my wife, raise our kids there, the kids we still don't have, but and work as a doctor, and in an amazing city, having an amazing training. It was a decision that we prayed on. That we were waiting for this for a long time, and now it's finally happening. This podcast will go for a long time still, guys. So you guys are gonna follow us through this entire process of moving and choosing a seat and choosing a house and this kind of place, right? And yeah, baby, that's very true what you said. But here in Brazil, before people think we are lost and don't know what to do, here in Brazil, we both live in Brasilia. Although I'm from Porto Alegre, a different city, but we both live in Brasilia. We got married here. We have a family here. Go to church here. And you have actually an amazing job because you have job security. As a civil servant, in theory, you can never be fired. And you will never be fired because you do a great job. But how do you feel about leaving behind? Because you study for this job position and you study for this place, and now you decided to leave to another country, abandon everything. How do you feel about leaving your job? I'm not going to talk about family here, about leaving our parents and this kind of stuff, but professionally, how do you feel about this?
Today, I think, considering the pros and cons,
Cons, yeah.
I think it's a good decision. Being a civil servant in Brazil is very nice, considering the money we get, all the stability we have. But we don't have many opportunities to challenge, to grow in our professions. Here, you have to wait. Sometimes you wait your entire life and you don't get there, And so I always think I'm young and we don't have kids yet, so I can, pursue new things, new challenges. I can still change my career and try new things, and it's not a problem, Considering all the things we're gonna have in Canada, they are more important than our professions, our careers. We're gonna have and live in a country where we can raise our kids, gonna have a secure place to live, a stable, politically stable place, country, and that's it. So for me, it's not very difficult, to think about this. Of course, there are many people that try to change your mind and say, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" But I don't care. I don't pay attention to these commentaries. And
It's funny this because you kind of answered my next question about kids and the reason we want to have kids in the future, obviously, but we want to have them born in Canada. And you just said everything, right? Being a place that is financially secure and politically, and the place is a safe place to raise kids. They're going to be born with a great diversity. Of course, in Brazil, it's a very diverse country, but it's not very diverse in ideas, not very diverse in the things that we believe are important. No, personally. And yes, so many people try to back us up, but also so many people try to back us down because we have like our parents. Basically, they are on board with our decisions, right, 100%. But we know people who are not on board. Of course, people who are not on board, just as the ones who are on board, they have. I don't want to be a pain in the ass by saying this, but we are the kind of people, we are the kind of couple, we actually don't care about what people say. We actually don't care about the others are thinking, or I don't know, if they say it's good or not. We since the beginning, we always decided stuff by ourselves, and we held up to our decisions. When we started dating, when we decided to get married, the way we got married, everything about our marriage, and everything about our housing and this kind of stuff, and wouldn't be different, moving to Canada, deciding for the city and the way we're gonna raise our kids, and well, I think this is that was a very important message. You just said now. We decide not to listen to people who are trying to pull us down, and maybe that's the one lesson you can get from this podcast, from today's episode here with my lovely wife, that you should do stuff yourself. Maybe stop paying attention to what people are saying, to what they mean when they talk to you, if they are helping you or not. We don't actually need people support for the most part. It is nice when we have, but it's not the end of the world when we don't, right? And honey, this was not part of our script as we prepare for today, but I would like you to say something for people who are listening, and maybe they are thinking about maybe someday move to a new country. So maybe they live in a third world nation as we do. They're thinking about maybe moving to Australia or New Zealand or Canada or the US. What do you have to say to these people?
oh my God, I have no idea. What I can say is don't give up, because during the process probably you're gonna listen so many no's and don'ts, and and sometimes you're not gonna listen anything. But don't give up if it's your dream. I've been following a group of Brazilian at the same situation that us, and we can see so many people that are in the same situation, that have the same dream to change their lives, and some people had 6 no's about the visa, but they are there. I will try again, So that's it. Sometimes you feel we feel fear, well, about the future, about everything you don't see yet, but it's part of the process. Try to be happy every step and grateful to everything, every small and baby step gonna take. We always try to do this from a medical exam to an application. We are always happy and thankful.
There's pretty much nothing I can say after that. She just wrapped things up amazingly. Thank you, honey, so much for being here today. I hope you return more often.
Okay. After 35 episodes, I return.
Come on, let's not do this. In case you're catching us from YouTube, thank you so much for watching, listening, actually, because we're not recording a video today. My wife is already pretty nervous by talking. And
seriously, babe, thank you for your patience with me. And I'm very happy to be here again. Okay? And I'll return to talk about a book.
Okay. But again, if you're catching us from YouTube, remember to drop a like and maybe share this channel. Every Wednesday, Thursday, every Monday we have videos here and podcasts here. And in case you're catching us from the podcast server that you use, if you can, please comment something positive. Maybe, give us a 5-star thing. It's going to be very helpful. And thank you so much for listening. See you again next week. Okay? Bye-bye.